Malaysia to receive 5G connectivity by end of 2021. Students to return to classrooms for school session. Thank you for joining us here on News at 10. I'm Brendan Lepore. Malaysia will start to get 5G internet connectivity in stages by the end of this year. Prime Minister Tan Sri Muhyiddin Yassin said with these, the country will emerge as one of the first countries in this region to build the 5G ecosystem using internet and cloud services in real time to enable instant sharing of information.
5G bukan sahaja sekadar menjanjikan capaian internet yang lebih laju, tetapi lebih penting dari itu ialah ia memungkinkan pelbagai aplikasi penting berada dalam genggaman pengguna, termasuk aplikasi-aplikasi pemantauan kesihatan bagi pesakit kronik, bantuan kecemasan pintar, dan aplikasi-aplikasi khas bagi warga emas yang tinggal bersendirian.
The Premier noted that a total of 15 billion ringgit will be invested over a period of 10 years for the implementation of 5G nationwide. He said this will create a total of approximately 105,000 job opportunities, with the efforts to be carried out by a special purpose vehicle under the Malaysian government. Tan Sri Muhyiddin also said that all licensed telecommunication companies will have equal access to this infrastructure in marketing their 5G services to customers. On another note, Tan Sri Muhyiddin Yassin, when launching the Malaysia Digital Economy Blueprint, MyDigital, said that the initiative will chart the growth trajectory of the country's digital economy development. Speaking during the virtual launching ceremony of the blueprint, he said it comprises action plans which adopted a whole-of-nation approach to complement the 12 Malaysia Plan 12 MP and the Shared Prosperity Vision 2030. He added that the MyDigital initiative aims to empower every Malaysian to improve their lives in all aspects.
Menjelang tahun 2025, ekonomi digital dijangka akan menyumbang 22.6% kepada keluaran dalam negara kasar KDNK negara. Pada masa yang sama, pelan ini juga menyasarkan untuk membuka 500,000 peluang pekerjaan dalam ekonomi digital.
The Premier said the government also encourages 875,000 micro, small and medium enterprises (SME) to accept the use of e-commerce, adding that this initiative serves as a catalyst for 5,000 startup companies to begin their operation in the next 5 years. In addition, he said the government is also targeting for the level of productivity of the economic sector to increase by 30% higher than what that has been achieved today by 2030. The newly launched MyDigital is expected to enable local businesses to enjoy greater opportunities to build and expand locally, regionally and even globally through digital revenue streams. They will also gain more opportunities to integrate between economic sectors and to be more cost-efficient under the shared economy. The Malaysia Digital Economy Blueprint is formulated as an action plan outlining efforts and initiatives which will be implemented up to 2030. Among other things, the initiative aims to enhance digital literacy, social well-being and environmental sustainability. Malaysians will be able to enjoy more high-paying jobs, and the initiative also targets to ensure that all Malaysian households will have internet access and that all students will have access to online learning. With the implementation of MyDigital, MyDigital, the government aims to attract 70 billion ringgit investment in digitalization, ensure that 875,000 micro and small and medium enterprises, MSMEs, adopt e-commerce and create 500,000 new jobs. Meanwhile, a digitally enabled government will provide integrated end-to-end online government services which are more efficient, effective and transparent. MyDigital sets out the consolidated initiatives and targeted outcomes to be delivered through 6 strategic thrusts, 22 strategies, 48 national initiatives and 28 sectoral initiatives which will be implemented in 3 phases up to 2030. Telekom Malaysia Berhad TM will support MyDigital, the nation's digital economy blueprint, as well as other government's digital and stimulus plans toward accelerating the socio-economic recovery at this most critical time. Managing Director and Group Chief Executive Officer Imri Mokhtar said such public and private collaboration will propel the country towards a full-fledged digital Malaysia by 2030, a more digital society, digital business and digital government. Elaborating further on the matter, Imri said the company thanked the government for being the only home-based cloud operator awarded the cloud service provider, CSP, to serve the public sector together with the appointed managed service provider, MSP, as announced by Prime Minister Tan Sri Muhyiddin Yassin today. He said today TM has established itself as a leading end-to-end cloud and data center service provider that provides data residency, locality and sovereignty in Malaysia, serving both public sector and enterprise customers. Meanwhile, Imri said TM continues to strengthen Malaysia's global connectivity and partnership ecosystem with international telcos, content partners and hyperscalers. TM's ever-growing global network of more than 20 submarine cable systems spanning 190,000 kilometers is ready to support the global connectivity demand of MyDigital. He added that TM enables end users to access and enjoy a seamless connectivity experience in support of a more digital lifestyle and work style through their strong relationships with global telecom and content partners, including hyperscalers. Malaysia's comprehensive digital economy blueprint will be implemented until 2030, setting the country's way forward in becoming a regional leader in the digital economy and achieving inclusive, responsible and sustainable socio-economic development. Minister in the Prime Minister's Department, Economy, Datuk Sri Mustafa Muhammad said the Economic Planning Unit will formulate the Malaysian Digital Economy Blueprint, which features 3 policy objectives designed to fulfill the country's vision in achieving digitalization. Explaining further, he said the 3 policy objectives are namely encouraging industry players to be creators and consumers of innovative business models, producing capable and competitive human capital, and fostering an integrated ecosystem that will enable communities to participate in the digital economy. Meanwhile, the minister said the government had also introduced a My Device initiative, which will be implemented through cooperation between the government, the private sector, and the people, aimed at providing free data to students from vulnerable groups.
Sebagai rakyat, kita harus bersiap sedia menghadapi gelombang dunia digital dengan penuh bertanggungjawab tatkala merebut manfaat teknologi. Kerajaan amat menyedari kesukaran yang dihadapi oleh anak-anak termasuk ibu bapa dalam menghadapi pembelajaran dalam talian.
On to the COVID-19 updates. The number of active COVID-19 infection continues to drop as higher number of recoveries compared to new cases is recorded today. Health Director General Tan Sri Dr. Nur Hisham Abdullah in a statement said as of 12 p.m. today, 2,936 new infections were reported, with Selangor continuing to report the highest number of new infection by state with 978 cases. Other states that are still reporting high number of infections are Johor with 730 cases and Kuala Lumpur with 227 cases. Majority of the new infections were contributed by the existing clusters and close contact screenings conducted by the Health Ministry. Meanwhile, 4,889 recoveries were reported, thus dropping the number of active cases to 36,767. Of that, 220 patients are currently being treated in the ICU, with 104 of them requiring ventilator support. The Health Ministry also reported 13 new fatalities, raising the death toll to 1,043. The Health Ministry announced that the number of active COVID-19 clusters now stands at 511 after 8 were declared inactive, while 13 new ones were discovered nationwide. Malaysian students are expected to be back in classrooms for their face-to-face school session from the beginning of next month. Senior Education Minister Dato Dr. Rasmi said preschool, Year 1 and 2 classes would commence on the 1st of March, while Year 3 to Year 6 sessions would start on 8 March. Dr. Rasmi said secondary school students are also divided into 2 groups, with Group A consisting of students from Johor, Kelantan, Terengganu and Kedah, while students from the remaining states will be in Group B. He said the students in Group A will start school on the 4th of April, while those in Group B will start on 5th April. He said the decision to allow primary school students to start school session earlier was to allow them and their teachers adapt to the new normal, as well as the COVID-19 Standard Operating Procedures, SOPs.
Ini akan memberi ruang kepada guru-guru untuk membiasakan anak-anak ini dengan SOP baru di sekolah dan juga untuk guru-guru bersama-sama dengan ibu bapa mencari kaedah terbaik berkaitan dengan penyuraian anak-anak pada akhir persekolahan.
He added that the opening dates apply to all government schools, government-aided schools, private schools and institutes registered with the Education Ministry. He said vocational colleges would open on the 1st of March, while international schools and private educational institutions, including tuition centers, would open on 8 March. Coming up, Malaysia and Saudi Arabia boost joint relations in various fields. Stay with us. Malaysia and Saudi Arabia have agreed to foster greater cooperation in the field of trade and investment, including technology and innovation, given the importance of building a strong and resilient economic recovery from the COVID-19 pandemic. Foreign Minister Datuk Seri Hishamuddin Hussein said this was among outcomes of discussions made with his counterpart, Prince Faisal bin Farhan Al Saud. Datuk Seri Hishamuddin, who is on an official visit to Saudi Arabia, said he and Prince Faisal had also finalized negotiation to set up the high-level strategic committee at the foreign ministers level to pave way for regular consultations on various spectrum of issues of mutual interest. He added that the key areas of consultation include regional and international political security issues, post-COVID-19 economic recovery, Hajj and Umrah matters, food security, and palm oil trade. During the visit, the foreign minister also met with Saudi Arabia's energy minister, Prince Abdulaziz bin Salman Al Saud. He said at the meeting, bilateral cooperation to maintain oil market stability and means of enhancing investment opportunities between the two countries was raised. He added that Malaysia and Saudi Arabia continue to enjoy close brotherly relations in a broad range of areas, including politics, economy, higher education and Hajj affairs. In 2020, total bilateral trade between Malaysia and Saudi Arabia was recorded at 20.27 billion ringgit, and Saudi Arabia is Malaysia's second largest trading partner in the Middle East. The Housing and Local Government Ministry has decided to rebrand the People's Housing Project, PPR, into Rumah Malaysia beginning this year. Its Minister, Dato' Zuraida Kamarudin, said this move is part of efforts to further improve the project, which each new unit provided with bigger floor space of 900 square feet, as well as upgraded facilities. Explaining further, she said the ministry is also reviewing the monthly rental charges for Rumah Malaysia units nationwide and will ensure that eligible applicants are able to afford the rent within 3 months. She said under this new policy, applicants will be given 2 years to apply for a bank loan for the purchase of the house. The ministry also intends to provide an extension of 1 year should they fail to obtain approval on their loan application within the stipulated time period.
The moment dia dapat kelulusan, mereka akan dapat proses pembelian itu, pemilikan itu akan dilaksanakan. Jadi kita memberikan tempoh 2 tahun untuk mereka bersedia. Mungkin kalau dia tidak boleh qualify untuk bank loan, duit ke macam mana ke untuk membeli rumah tu. Jadi kita beri masa.
Speaking after the virtual handing over of house keys to residents of Taman Sri Molek Perdana and PPR Taman Perling Johor Bahru, she said the government has approved 11 Rumah Malaysia projects this year involving 4,120 units. Now, the federal court has found Mkini.com Sudira Berhad, which runs online news portal Malaysiakini, guilty of contempt of court for facilitating in the publication of its readers' comments section. The 7-member panel of judge, led by Court of Appeal President Tan Sri Rohana Yusof, then ordered the respondent to pay a fine of 500,000 ringgit within 3 days from Monday. The apex court, however, said it was of the view that the second respondent, Malaysiakini Editor-in-Chief Stephen Khan, is not guilty of contempt, as the court was not satisfied that a case of beyond reasonable doubt had been established against him. In the majority decision, Tan Sri Rohana said the court found the charge for facilitating the publication of the command against Mkini.com, which runs news portal Malaysiakini, has been proven and therefore hold the company guilty of contempt. She said it was inconceivable that Mkini.com, which has a structured, coordinated and well-organized and impressive editorial team and reporting structure, to have no notice of the comments. She added that the content published was spurious and reprehensible in nature, and it also involved false allegation of corruption. The founder of Sugarbook, a sugar daddy dating platform, has been remanded for 7 days beginning yesterday to assist in the investigation pertaining to the social website. Judge Dato' Nurin Badarudin issued the remand order following a review application by the Selangor Prosecution Director Muhammad Iskandar Ahmad after his application was rejected by the High Court Deputy Registrar yesterday. Lawyer T. Shashi Devan, who represented the 34-year-old suspect, said his client had no objection to the review application and would extend his cooperation to complete the investigation. The case is being investigated under Section 505, subsection B of the Penal Code and Section 233 of the Communications and Multimedia Act 1998. Yesterday, High Court Deputy Registrar Nur Ashikin Sahad dismissed the application for remand after the Sugarbook founder promised to give his full cooperation to facilitate police investigation in the case. It was reported that the police initiated investigation into the dating website after it named 10 public and private universities as having the most students who chose to become sugar babies and sought sugar daddies to finance their lifestyles. A lorry driver was charged in the Tampin Magistrates Court today with causing the death of his 4-year-old stepdaughter earlier this month. However, no plea was recorded from the accused, Abu Hassan Daros, when the charge was read before Magistrate Tan Chai Wei. The 30-year-old man was accused of murdering Umi Yusnani Sofia Herwan Norhadi at a house in Kampung Halacara Baru Londa, Kemas, between 3 p.m. and 5 p.m. last 1st February. The charge was framed under Section 302 of the Penal Code, which carries the death sentence upon conviction. The court set the 25th of March for mention and submission of the chemist and post-mortem reports. The prosecution was managed by Deputy Public Prosecutor Ahmad Sazali Omar, while Abu Hassan was unrepresented. Previously, the media reported that a 4-year-old girl died on suspicion of being abused by her stepfather. The post-mortem conducted at the Tuanku Jaffa Hospital in Seremban found that the victim suffered serious head injuries, bruises on both wrists and legs, and bite marks on her body, in addition to 3 broken left ribs. But first, updates on the local football scene. The transfer window for the 2021 Malaysia League players has once again been extended until the kick-off date of this season's competition schedule for the 5th of March. According to the Malaysian Football League MFL Chief Executive Officer, Dato' Abdul Ghani Hassan, the extension has been approved by FIFA after receiving the official application of the M-League governing body earlier. He explained that the application to extend the period was made after there were teams found to be facing issues involving the registration of local and import players, as well as constraints in preparing the team during the Movement Control Order (MCO). This is the second extension in a week after MFL last Friday confirmed the transfer window, or the first registration period, for 2021 M-League players ended on 12 February before it was extended until 19 February. The 2021 M-League competition campaign is scheduled to begin on 5th of March with the Sultan Ahmad Shah Charity Shield match between 2020 Super League champions Johor Darul Tazim JDT and Kedah FC. That concludes this evening's news at 10. In our top story, Malaysia to receive 5G connectivity by end of 2021. Join us again at 12:30 tomorrow afternoon. Till then, I'm Brendan Paul. Stay tuned to Saluran Berita RTM and have a pleasant evening.